Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So for today, I've got a little bit of a download, so we'll put some cards on that. But what did I hear? I heard that somebody is mad at you. And I won't be too concerned because what they're mad about is, in fact, I heard you are that bitch. And they wanted to be that bitch. And I was like, what do you mean, Spirit? And so I keep seeing someone who wants to intimidate others. They want to be the in charge, big boss, lady, man, whatever energy applies to your situation. But in this one, we're gonna get, I'm picking up more of a feminine energy. Right? This feminine energy wanted to be the boss bitch, and they wanted to use intimidation, and they wanted you to fear them. But you've been doing your soul work, you've been lighting your sunshine, that you used to be, I hear, oh, she used to be so sweet. But now, instead of being so sweet, you are, in fact, that bitch. And this has shocked people because you're no longer scared and intimidated by these energies that used to berate and belittle you behind your back. So, yeah, I feel like you're doing a great job, that you just have to keep going at your progress because you're incorporating the light and the dark shadow sides of yourself. And it doesn't benefit everyone. Someone wanted to benefit others or control others by being mean. But you're not mean. And that's the thing. I see you coming up against this person who just wants to fight. They're not happy. That's what I'm picking up. A real anger. And so when you step up and you have your boundaries and you tell people how to respect you, yours is in a loving way. You teach people your boundaries because you want them to be part of their life, part of your life. Whereas they like to control boundaries to contain and tell people what they can and can't do. So there's much difference between the one who struggles to maintain that power and then the one who just has that power. And it makes people mad. So we've got a lot of cards here. I'm actually kind of shocked that they gave me so much. And then they say 2 of this. So when I was pulling the cards, I went to the deck to see which ones to pick. And I kept hearing, so on RuPaul's Drag Race, you know, every season they have like one song and they have to like perform. Well, I kept hearing that song, I'm that bitch. I'm that bitch. I'm that bitch. And so when I went to go pull the cards, that song was playing, and I was like, all right, decks, like we got like the grays and fairies, and they're all like, nope, that's not us. And so the energy that came through, it was like, what kind of energy embodies that bitchiness, I guess. And that's it. It's not a bad thing. It's such a good thing for you. But it was the cats. And we all know like cats don't put up with anything. They're not going to pretend to be excited to see you when they're not. So what message can we learn from the cats? And then we've also got the crystal oracle. So the first one to come out with the cats is solitude in reverse. That's kind of what I'm getting, is you should have been left alone. You should have been outcasted. You should not have been part of the group. We did not want you here. This is what this energy is saying. But you're supposed to run scared. You were supposed to hide for safety because this person is so overbearing, intimidating. But like, they have no say over your life. Why should I be scared of your choices? And so I am picturing this energy. Rather than focusing on themselves, they really want to see what you've got going on. What projects? Who are you talking to? Who's your love interest? And then, you know, kind of swoop in and somehow take charge of the situation and make it their own. And I see you being like, well, have fun, because you're not in solitude. You are out and about, ready to make a splash, right? Maybe you stayed hidden for a bit. And that's what I get, is that this person really thought, I'm seeing you be excluded from a group event or something like that. And they're like, yes, we got them. Society or the group doesn't accept them. They're not, right? They're outcasts. And so, surprise, I'm that bitch. I'm that bitch. That's what it's saying. And for you, I'm getting that it was sad when the group or your friends or whoever did cast you aside. It was kind of a shock. You thought that these were your friends, that you were having good times, and that you were coming with your authentic heart. You thought that the other people were being authentic. But here's also what I picked up. That situation that you thought was authentic and unfolding, it was. You were so right in that. But I am getting this outside source that kind of swooped in and was like, I don't like how things are going. And so they saw you being happy, and they were like, no, we need to get this person out of their security. I want to be the queen. I'm the queen bee. That's the energy I keep picking up. And so you're just like, yeah, whatever. Sayonara. Because I'm not going to let someone who's not a queen bee come in and tell me what to do. Just because you want to be in control doesn't mean that you should be in control. And that's what I'm getting, is like this group or collective is controlled by someone who only thinks about themselves. And so the people who are easily controlled by that, Spirit's saying, like, it is a bit of a loss, because you were building connections with those people and you did think that they were very authentic. But the thing about that is they had a choice. And what I'm getting for you is, if they had chosen to go the path of your circle, it would have been harder for them, because they would have had done the soul work. And by doing the soul work, it's uncomfortable. So they chose comfort in the moment rather than letting their soul grow. They went for a karmic cycle. And so the only thing that you could do in that was remove yourself from it. And so this group, they've got a karmic cycle going on now. And you're over here in your solitude because you got pushed out, just minding your own business. And it's not affecting you, because cat's out of the bag. Why should it affect you? You chose to do the higher road. And for that, you're blessed without having to be pulled down by this. It's a tyrant energy. This is someone that's like, you welcome them into your life, and they're going to try and control it for the rest of your life. But you're not controllable. Why? Because you are, in fact, that bitch. And so now, you were so nice, you were all these things, you went off, you did your healing. I'm getting this group is kind of, I don't know, I keep hearing that things are going on within this group, because the tyrant type energy is losing grip. Because what do you mean? You stepped out of solitude into your boss babe energy that they were trying to mimic by control. You just naturally are exuding that because higher elevation, you took the higher road. Spirit's blessing you with opportunities and relationships, and I bet your family dynamics are just healing at an accelerated rate. I'm getting a sense of jealousy, because you guys are both these bitches, but you're nice. That's the thing. You're just only assertive when it comes to your boundaries. But deep at heart, you're this open, loving vessel. So let's go into the next cards. I could talk on those two cards forever. These cats are like cats out of the bag, they say. Because yes, you are that loving energy. You do have the heart. Your heart didn't grow cold. Your heart's not this rock hard piece of ice. And from that, you come from a more sensitive approach. You can still have these boundaries and in fact be stern and strict. And that's that beautiful blending that you've done. That that working on the sensitivity and the brashness within you, it took a lot of years. It might have taken more years than you wanted, but in the end, you polished. Like, rose quartz is love. Rose quartz is love and compassion. Like, you're polished. That's the thing. Whereas the other one I see would be a more raw and whatever, but this one, you've just really smoothed the edges that really used to hurt you. And so they can't hurt you anymore. There's no more jaggedness. We've got tiger iron. So what is tiger iron? It's pretty much like tiger's eye with jasper. I keep hearing, so they're bringing me to the root chakra and the solar plexus. And I heard from the roots to the tips. I don't know what the tips are. Oh, okay. Bringing that energy up from the earth. You bring it up into your heart, your polished, beautiful heart. From there, it goes out your arms and into your palms. And it's this energy wave. So tiger iron, powerful. It's very grounding, right? Tiger's eye is great for the solar plexus and confidence and safety and protection. Hey, there's that safety. You're safe. I would not worry about this other bitch. I'm sorry, but that is the terminology. It's almost like that's what they call themselves. Like, they want to be called that, and that's why it's coming out so much in this reading. And what I get from you is like, yeah, you can embody that energy, but you're also very loving and nurturing, and you're just a gift. And so that's what I see, is like pulling up this energy from the earth and like pushing these boundaries. This like, I'm seeing this one come in and like want to control, and like what they use is their words. They cut you. They blackmail and like those kind of things. Like, if you don't do this, then I'm gonna get law enforcement, or it's a threat. It's a threat and a false promise to keep someone entrapped and enslaved to them. And so for you, I'm getting like, you pull up this power, and you can like, this energy wants to come in. It's not that they want to control you, it's just that they want to keep you in the solitude. You're not in solitude because you've done so much soul work, and they haven't been doing the soul work. So now they come in thinking that they can have authority over the energy, but they haven't been doing the energy work. So I don't know how that works. But this one brings in that power into the solar plexus. I'm not even seeing crown. It's almost like the weight of the earth and the elements are behind you. It's like nature's got your back, because I see this loving, tender heart that you had actually going off and loving nature and protecting those who were scared, who have been outcasted. You showed compassion to them. And so you're a gift to this world. And you're so loved. You're the most beloved bitch there is. And that is such a compliment, because I feel like you just didn't want to be called that, but now you're at this point where you're like, people are going to get mad at me no matter how nice I am. If I do what they want, no matter what I do, I'm still going to get the crappy end of the stick, because this energy that I'm picking up, their whole purpose is to ice you out. They just don't want you. It's almost like you could hand them their hopes and dreams on a platter, and they still would be like, why does she? It's I I'm just seeing, sorry, I was like who even wants to deal with this energy? And they told me that this energy has been trying so hard that now they're grasping at straws. Like no one listens to them anymore. They have no say, no power, no control. They used to, because they used to blackmail or bribe or manipulate. But their empty threats no longer have the weight. Because I feel like whoever they have been holding under their thumb has finally done a bit of soul work. Does this involve you? No, because you got edged out. It was like you were friends and part of the other group. And that other group, it hurt for you to let them go because you really did care about them. There was good times. But again, they were too weak to want to do the work. They chose comfort and a toxic cycle. And if they had known that this would probably last, this is a very long cycle to get out of. This is what it's not like a year or two. I'm feeling like this is a lifetime type cycle. This is none of your concern, they say. Like you freed yourself. You're like, there's this angry energy, and why would I go and be bombarded with it every day? It's almost like every day they thought, how can I hurt this person and isolate them? That's what the energy wanted. That was like their life purpose. And now that you've empowered yourself, you no longer have these cords and these energies that attach to you. What is their purpose? We don't know. Neither do they say. They're feeling a little lost at this moment. So the next one we get is Ruby. And so something about crystals that you might not know is you can have the actual crystal and bring that energy into your field, but you don't actually even need the crystal itself to feel the energy or take its healing properties. So I just pretended that I was holding it. I just felt into the energy, and then Ruby showed up. Try it out sometimes. Like, it is nice to actually hold the physical thing, but in a pinch, let's say you don't have anything, just you tapping into the frequency of that healing is just as powerful. So Ruby, I went into the Ruby, and as I did it, Ruby, it started talking about like royalty, royal bloodline kind of thing, like really this queen energy. So the other one I get is like a younger energy, not quite the one who gets the throne. It's the one who, you know how, like, let's say on the throne that this person is gonna be the next, and then the next, and the next, and then, you know, there's always those wars and those fights within family, those kind of things. That's what I'm seeing, as like you're obviously in charge of your energy, the king of your own castle. And by you doing this work and going in and like softening and all these things, softening, but still kicking up the power, that has really put you into your sovereignty. And so when I touched the ruby, it kind of went there, and then I felt it in my heart. I felt like I saw royal bloodline fuse into the heart and then mold this gold energy, and then it just kind of radiated as a protection through the whole body. I feel like that. The solar plexus from the root, it's almost from the tippy toes to the solar plexus up to the heart and out into the hands. It's like your presence is just so healing. Your hand, just like whatever you do, you write a story, you give something to someone, you feed yourself. It's so sacred because this energy is coming up out of your heart through your hands. So you know how they say, like, when you bake, made with love? That's what they mean. So the next one we have is petrified wood. We have jasper energy. And then we have labradorite. Okay, So the petrified wood, that's what they wanted. Petrified wood is like a tree. They took a tree and then organic material and everything like that. But as time went, it like crystallized. And then the inside, well, sometimes it preserves it. Like, do I have it near me? I usually do. There it is. 1 second. Alright, this is my petrified wood. And so it used to be a stick, it used to be a tree, but then it crystallized somewhere in it. It's almost like an even exchange process. Some of the wood decomposes while other minerals crystallize. And so it's actually quite heavy. But I love this. So what about the petrified wood? They're gonna say. I picked it up. It kind of gave me like wand vibes. And then I just like held it and oh, bippity boppity boo. It's I heard a tale as old as time, Cinderella story. And that's the kind of energy that I'm getting, is you were supposed to be the one that got overlooked. You weren't allowed to go to the ball. You weren't allowed to have friends. You know, the group would come and be like, what are you doing here? And you're like, hey, I'm just here to help out my friend. And not giving a crap about what the group says, because that's a toxic group. I definitely get a toxic group. So then it's saying, it's almost like Cinderella, tale as old as time, evil stepsister vibe. Just they wanted it easy, this energy. And then, yeah, you do all the cleaning, you do all the transmuting, like we get all the luxury and that kind of thing. So that's what they keep talking about. So let's go back into the cards and see what else comes through. So I looked right here and I saw like a star. And then I started hearing ghetto superstar. And that's what I kind of get is, you guys are both, in fact, that bitch. One's actually mean, one's nice, but just has boundaries. But you are that superstar. And so they wanted to keep you isolated and poor. Maybe if you were stuck in a poverty cycle, maybe if this opportunity to go to the ball never comes around, then you'll stay in lack. Maybe you won't be able to afford to come out, and so you will stay in solitude because you can't go to the events. You can't, you know? And so I'm hating that energy. But that's what it's saying, is like, this is the crappy energy that you've been through for so long. I'm saying this is a really long cycle. This is a really long pattern. And so now it's kind of, they're almost showing me like a pimple or something. Like it comes to a head. It's like, we've got to deal with this now, because what I see is like, you didn't really do anything wrong. It's just this mean energy that's still focused on you. And I don't even think that you're a part of this cycle or circle or group of friends or whatever. So a tale as old as time. What does Cinderella do? She goes to the ball, she meets the prince, and she gets out of there. And then they can only watch and be like, hey, I used to be friends with that person. I used to know them. We grew up together. But they'll never say the real story, why they're not there with you. They could have been elevated up, but this one I'm seeing just really wanted you below them, under their thumb. So the red jasper is bringing me back to the tiger iron. It's funny because these are the same, but this one's very much more pink in the picture, which then is now bringing me to this one. You really have that softened love, and you've had love. This is the petrified wood. Like, you've been loving the whole time. You didn't change. You didn't let all this backstabbing and cruelty change your heart. In fact, you just transmuted it, empowered it to break the cycle. You're like, I'm not staying here. I'm out. I'm gonna go front and center. And, you know, I used to be this wooden, decaying stick, but now I've brought that energy through my, right, brought it up through the earth and crystallized, right? So now I'm picturing quartz taking over, and quartz vibrates at, I was gonna say almost at like our frequency. It's really easy. Quartz is such a beautiful stone to work with. It's just so, it's programmable, right? It just is so close to our energy that it's not that hard to start healing. We're gonna leave it at that. If you want to do more research on the quartz and stuff, that's for your discovery. But again, they put quartz in computers and program it. Like, I love quartz. Is it there? No, it's not. Let's let that go. So the last two cards, nope, ruby and labradorite. They're singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing you be pushed out. I'm seeing you not be a part of the group. I'm seeing this really mean girl try to turn everyone against you. Again, feminine energy, whatever energy comes to you. But I pick up feminine not because it's like action, right? A masculine energy would have been more taking control. The energy when I say feminine is more sneaky and manipulative, and emotions, and like playing the long game in a deceptive way. And so you held faith. I do see all these people turning their back on you, choosing the easy karmic cycle, which is now not easy for them. Now they're all so far deep into it, but you kept faith back then, right? Somewhere over the rainbow. You're like, I don't like how I feel right now. I don't like how things are. But this is not permanent. This is not forever. And so rather than staying that rotting stick, I feel like you brought in source, you brought in spirit, you empowered yourself, you softened, you stayed true to your heart, but you learned proper boundaries. You learned how to bring in that power so that other people can't persuade you and manipulate you and use you as the evil stepsister, Cinderella slave type energy. And now you're there. You made it past the other side. So now on this side, you were a little bit down, right? You were not, in fact, that bitch. You were too sweet, too nice to stand up and say, hey, you guys are being rude. I don't really like this. So you crossed this rainbow, you grew, but you kept your power. You stayed true to your heart. You transformed from that rotting piece of wood and you made it into something better. Petrified wood. Petrified wood is so cool. I could go on forever about that. But by doing that, you now empowered yourself. You stopped hiding who you were and came out of solitude to show them, here I am. I am royalty, and I have this beautiful heart that I worked so hard on, and now I'm gonna go do what it is I'm meant to do with all my energy, because Spirit's got my back. It's divinely planned. I learned that karmic cycle. For some reason, this not being a part of this group really affected you. And I'm seeing now it doesn't affect you. You're free. You're free from that burden on your heart. And you know what? I'm seeing you wanting to be a part of that group. But the only reason why you wanted to be a part of that group is because at that time, like circumstances, they were the only people there. If there was other people, you would have chosen them as friends. It's almost like slim pickings, and that was the best of the slim pickings. And so unfortunately that hurt your heart for so long because you really thought that you were a part of this. But you were always a little bit different. You kind of had this energy, this royal heart. And when you tap into that energy, you always will be held to a higher standard. And that group does not have standards. And so this group says mean things about you only because you've grown, you've healed, and they haven't. So now they look up, and rather than still wanting to do the work, they're going to throw jabs at you. And so Spirit is saying, step into that power, right? Pull that up from the earth and you have your bubble. That's what they showed me. It was like bringing it up through my heart. My heart is love. I'm not going to send hate. I'm not going to send spiritual warfare, but I protect myself at all times. And this power is powerful. I clear all energy that is not welcome in my field. And Spirit's saying, give it a try. Give it a try and clear yourself out. And if you do energy work and you have been doing this, like, good job. That's all they say is you are, in fact, empowered now. You're empowered. You're not a bitch. But if you're going to call yourself that, again, we're happy that you finally have embraced this fear of disappointing people who are already disappointed in you. And you didn't do anything wrong other than just be loving and heal and be nice this whole time. So if someone's going to hate on that, enjoy whatever it is that you and your guides want to work on, because we ain't got time for that here. And so Spirit, is there anything else? They say go back to the kitty cat ones. And then the fourth one in this deck. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the fourth one still comes to rose quartz. And what am I hearing now? Oh yeah, because they wanted the cats because of their saucy attitude, right? Cats are like, I don't care if you like me. Like, they don't care if they exude that bitchy energy. But here's the thing about cats is they really are so loving. When you get them in your circle, their purr is healing. I think it's only cat people who don't understand. Like, if you don't understand cats, you might categorize them as rude and selfish and those kind of things. But those who actually know cats and understand how cats work, they are this fierce, assertive, don't mess with my boundaries, right? 3 pet limit, now you get the scratches. Like, and so that's what they want to say is you can still be loving because this is your heart, but we really want you to step into this royal energy that you have. In Egypt, they worshipped cats, and that's kind of this energy that I get for you, is how Egyptians love and adored the cats is almost how I'm seeing Spirit and everyone adore you. There's this, I'm hearing perfection that has to do with your healing process and journey. The part that you're so scared of, that you think is mean, we love it so much. We're so happy you finally got that assertiveness. You stood into your royal power. And so now I'm just seeing the heart hum as the purr. You radiate this glow. And so I'm just seeing you pass that rainbow on your own side. just doing your thing. So yeah. Ooh, I just keep seeing you isolated in your own little bubble. I do see these relationships and opportunities and everything that resonates with you coming to you. But then this outside energy will always still kind of come back. And so that's why they say bring it up and clear it. It's so in the past that they don't even have like they're not even at your door. Like they can't even come and knock at your door. It's such a weak energetic hey, hey, hey. And so you're just like, oh, here it is. Clear, clear. Just keep pulling it up into the heart, out your hands, through your palms. Clearing. We're working on it all. No bad vibes, just good times. And yeah, congratulations on that equal balance. Your boundaries are so beautiful, they say. And I'm so excited that you're in this place now where your heart can hum or purr, as in perfection, and vibrate the frequency that you're meant to share with this world. No more hiding. That's the best part. You're not hiding anymore. So, congratulations. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. We'll leave it there, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.